Then so yeah, a little late to my own party here. Wanted to try this scheduled live business. Thinking about doing it maybe every Sunday at 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, as long as the current daylight savings time thing is in effect. I don't know if it's gonna go left or right as far as the time difference. I don't know. Daylight savings time is confusing to me because we don't do it here. It's like you guys' time in the mainland US is constantly shifting. But, you know, a few things to talk about on this weekend. This might be one of the more politically engaged lives. Just due to the timing, because tomorrow is both the inauguration and MLK Day. So of course, politics are going to be in the mix. After that, I think live wise, I might retreat from the politics a bit and just talk more about random shit. Conspiracy theories, aliens. Who we got here? Oh, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Um, yeah. So I'm just chilling. So we'll ramp it up. Tomorrow's MLK Day. It's a day off from work. I'm grateful for that. I was thinking, do I have any MLK numismatics in my collection? Turns out I do. Turns out I have a few things, but I just dug out one, and this is from the U.S. Mint's bronze medal program. It's Martin Luther King and his wife, Coretta. So I don't have this because I'm a champion of civil rights or anything, but of course I support civil rights. But I have it because I try to grab a bunch of stuff from the bronze medal program just because it's a lot of cool stuff and it's kind of undervalued in the community. This is very well struck. I have a beef with the U.S. Mint's bronze medals is because I look at the composition on their specifications on the website, and it's always a mix of copper and zinc. They're calling their bronze medals. They're calling them bronze medals when they're a mixture of copper and zinc. Okay, last time I checked, copper and zinc was brass. Okay, to be bronze, it's got to be a mix of copper and tin. I don't know how they're legally calling these brass metals bronze when it's brass. Remember, kids, copper and zinc is brass, copper and tin is bronze. What's the difference? It's a big difference. Copper and tin, bronze, gets to be an Olympic medal. Copper and zinc brass does not. So I kept teasing a video on this particular bronze medal. And because it's so political, I figured I would actually just talk about it on this live. Get it out of the way. Put it to bed for good. It's the January 6th. This is a reproduction, of a gold medal that was presented to all the U.S. Capitol police officers that defended the Capitol on January 6, 2021. And I said we were going to get into all that, and yeah, we're about to get into it. Remember, I'm just some guy. My opinions don't matter, so don't get mad at me. If you do get mad at me, um, I won't be mad at you. Remember, I still like you. Um, but it's an inherently political topic. So I always, you know, try to come from a place of empathy. So trying to empathize with the person who was there on January 6th, 2021. Uh, Someone who is a full blown Trump supporter, uh, which I am not. But for the purposes of the scenario, I am. In this scenario, I am a true believing Trump supporter, MAGA hat, and everything. I still know that there is a 0% chance I would have ended up inside that Capitol. Well, for many reasons. One is my innate avoidance of crowds. First of all, I hate non-demonstrative crowds. I hate regular crowds. Here in Honolulu, we have one of the most crowded shopping malls in the country. It's called the Ala Moana Shopping Center. Every time I go there, there's literally nowhere I can stand where I am not in somebody else's way. It's, so that drives me nuts. And I don't go there. I've been there maybe 3 times in a decade. That's how much I hate the place. But if I see like an actual crowd of humans in an urban setting that are there for a demonstrative purpose, 0% chance I'm joining that crowd. When's the last time that ever turned out good? Especially, recently, last 10, 20 years. When's the last time being a part of a big ass crowd resulted in anything good? Look, dude, okay, I'm just out of there. So that's, filter number one. Number two is when they started going inside the Capitol. Now, a lot of the people that have been, pinched and charged for that after the fact, I've read a lot of their defense, and um, they're like, well, I walked through an open door, dude. That's actually the word. You remember the QAnon shaman? The guy, the guy that, like, he was wearing, like, some kind of bear skin with horns and painted his body. I don't know what's up with that guy. But right after he got pinched, of course, the media was like, tell us your side of the story. And he's like, dude, I walked through an open door. I don't believe that he didn't know he wasn't supposed to be in there just because there was no physical barrier to him being there. Like, if you go watch a stage play like theater, you know, you're not supposed to walk up onto the stage while shit's going on. It'd be like you just walking up on the stage and then they arrest you for trespassing, and you're like, but the steps were right there. There was no obstruction, so I just walked up the steps onto the stage. Like, dude, you're not supposed to be there. There's no sign on the field of an NFL game that says don't go on the field, but if you go on the field and you get arrested for trespassing during an NFL game, it's because a reasonable person knows you're not supposed to be there. Everybody who went into the Capitol knew they weren't supposed to be there. I was watching it live. My fat ass was sat on this couch watching it on TV, and I knew those people weren't supposed to be there. And I'm not a lawyer or even a smart guy. Now, I knew there were different sections of the so-called riot. Some Some were much more peaceful than others. Some people literally did walk through open doors, walked into, the actual chamber where the members sit. They knew they weren't supposed to be there. There was this old guy who went into Nancy Pelosi's office and sat at her desk and and he ended up getting arrested. And he told me that guy didn't know he wasn't supposed to be there. He knew he wasn't supposed to be there. What was going on was the crowd was so big that everybody in that crowd was thinking, well, they can't arrest all of us. So they can't arrest all of us applies in certain situations. Like if you and 20 of your friends want to go flash mob a shoe store and take shoes, they can't arrest all of us applies because one, the feds don't care about that. It's not federal crime. That would be your local police department. And they do not have the investigative power of the United States Department of Justice. But they can't arrest all of us does not apply to the most important federal installation in the country, which is the U.S. Capitol. So I looked it up. I looked up the numbers before making this video just so I wouldn't say anything inaccurate. The initial crowd outside the Capitol was estimated by Capitol Police to be about 10,000 people. The amount of people who made it inside the Capitol was estimated to be 1,200 people. The amount of individuals charged with federal crimes as of today is over 1,500, which means not only did they, and these are not charges, these are individuals. That means not only did they arrest all of them, but they arrested about 300 extra. This is an assumption, but I'm assuming those extra 300 people are probably aiders and abettors, accessories after the fact. People who are like, no, my friend Joe, no, he was with me that day, and then found them to be lying to a federal investigator. That sort of thing. So, yeah, they should have known better. And what did it accomplish? It accomplished nothing. Your guy's back in. That's why I don't believe that election was stolen. If they stole it then why didn't they steal it now? Who is they, by the way? No, he's back in. So we got 4 more years. And I hope it's a good one. It doesn't matter whether or not I voted for the guy. He's now, will be, as of tomorrow, my president. And as a patriot and a veteran who has served this country, I'm rooting for my president. I want him to be successful. I'm not rooting against him. I wonder if he's rooting against me, but I want nothing but success for him. I hope all of my fears are quashed. And yeah, I think the biggest lie that gets perpetuated on people like us who are in a successful first world nation is that our enemy is our fellow countrymen. I've been around this spinning globe enough to know that no fellow American is your enemy. Your only enemies are outside of America. We're all in this together. So I hope that's the main takeaway. My eyes are so bad today that I really can't do a good job of reading the comments. Hope the engagement between those of you watching is good, because I'm afraid I just can't focus. I had some eye drops I had to put in earlier, and my focusing is bad. So again, if I said anything that grinds your gears, just remember, you can be mad at me, but I won't be mad at you. And it's certainly not my goal to alienate any portion of my audience. But yeah, that's it. The lives moving forward will certainly be less political. In fact, I've already gotten a plan for what I want to talk about next week, and that's aliens. We're going to get our conspiracy hats on. Maybe we can all find some common ground on the alien thing, as far as alive goes. Coin-wise, I have some interesting stuff coming up. I have some foreign historical gold. I have well, I don't want to name it specifically, but I'm excited about it. It's from the commemorative coin program of the United States Mint, but it's one of, if not the only, commemorative coin that was only produced in silver. And if your Google foo is hard enough, you might know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty excited about that one. Anyway, love all you guys. Sleuth, Liberty, thanks for showing up. Sorry I couldn't really focus on the chat this time. I think my eyes will be better next week. And apologies for the brief live. But it was good hanging out with you guys. And catch you on the flip skis. Take care, y'all. Good night.